This episode of Late Night with Ed Money is brought to you in part by Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, located in downtown Amherst. And if you're local to them, dial for carryout at 440-985-FOOD. Or go to their website, which is ziggyspubandrestaurant.com. If it's a sporting event that you want to see, don't forget your sunglasses, because they have so many 4K TVs it'll burn your retinas. So go to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant in downtown Amherst.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
I'll make it go away. Oh, my bad. You gotta start that over.
Of despair.
Warning, what you're about to hear is an adult show. You will hear anecdotal stories and humorous situations meant for adults. In essence, kids, don't listen or try this at home. Everything you're about to hear is done by drunk, trained professionals. Now enjoy the show.
Deep within the pit of despair. Balls of Christ, dude.
Hey, what up? This is Pizza Boy Toad, and you're listening to Ed and the Boys on edmoneylive.com. Peace.
Why, hello.
Hi.
Hello, my friends.
I said hi.
Late Night with Ed Money here on the website, which is edmoneylive.com, where it's real people have real conversations about life.
Hi.
Reach us on a ton of, just Google. Listen, Google, Bing, Yahoo, Jeeves, whatever the hell you use, web crawl,
anything. Just look us up.
DuckDuckGo.
And if you're on any of the other sites like iTunes,
yes,
Amazon, SoundCloud,
Amazon, definitely. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can
YouTube,
yes,
BitChute, Odyssey.
Get a hold of us.
Yeah, and watch it and subscribe, because those little subscriptions help us. So there we go.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
About that. Let's get on with this show.
So thank you, audience members.
Get on with it.
You're always listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chuck.
What's up?
How do you not love Randy Macho Man Savage?
I don't know how you don't, man. I just don't know.
And he's here, and I'm tickled pink as the amazing Byron is
I am
the last
here.
one with us. So thank
I am
you
here.
for being here. We're going to be leaving you. If you want your stuff heard, I'm trying to get... he's going to be on either next show or the following show, one of those, Josh Miller, and I can't remember his band, but he's going to be on his band, etc. But this is Sam Day, Be the One at the end. So, and for you that are watching on the YouTube or the BitChute or on the Rumble, Odyssey, etc.
Comment how big of a shithole this is.
Yes, there's always little animation things or something in the beginning and at the end. Those are usually the subjects that we're going to talk about. So if you watch that first 3 minutes, you get an idea on what we're talking about. So thank you. And remember to like, share, subscribe, tell 2 friends, because it makes a world of a difference.
Let's do this.
Yes. So, it's been 1 minute. God damn. So thank you, audience members. There's so many things I wanted to get over. First of all, I'm glad you're here. That makes me feel better.
I'm glad I'm here
always make
too,
me laugh.
Edward.
You always make me laugh.
What am I, chop meat?
I am hilarious.
Son of a bitch.
Just saying.
No, you're my you're my rock.
Mm-hmm.
You're my rock, Chuck. That's what you are, dude. The other day, have you ever had a day? I was just talking to him about it. He said, stop. It's one of those idiotic days when you're like, okay, I know I got, like, for me, I have to still fix my downspouts.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah, everything.
Okay.
But the downspouts came down and they're too much water for the tile, and I get flooding in the back. We had the big giant rain.
Yeah, the monsoon.
So all the downspouts except for like 2 that my dad, before he passed, he rigged up that I have to extend the downspouts. So I'm like, okay, I got to do that. No big deal.
Right.
It's going to take time.
Sure.
So I got a piece of corrugated pipe from Monk.
Goodwill?
No, Monk, which is Goodwill.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's my local Goodwill. It's so good, Monk's house, and I got it, and I come back, and it's a simple little thing that you think you have to do,
Right.
and I'm like, God damn it! The way my dad rigged
Never
up,
turns out that way.
no. He made it so it's perfectly in there. So I got to cut with a hacksaw. So as I come in the house,
You know they make power tools, right?
right way. Just
He didn't have his batteries charged.
When I walked in here, I almost tripped over all the implements you got out there in the garage.
I know, but
Yeah, but the battery isn't charged, so it's not going to work.
Yeah, none of them work.
Dude,
They're all dead.
Isn't it
Yeah.
great? No, and I got my chipper shredder working too. The chipper shredder.
I walked in, I thought it was a snowblower. I was like, wow, he's getting ready early. I was like, whoa. All
I
right.
do have a snowblower.
Well, I know,
I
but
did just get it going.
I
too.
thought you were, well,
It's in the back garage.
it could snow tomorrow.
That's right.
You know what? Nothing would surprise me
No,
right
that's
now.
right. So I come in the house to do that. Next thing I know, I flip on the switch, light burns out. I'm
Okay.
like, God damn it!
So you had to change the bulb.
So as I'm doing that, I'm like, well, I
This
got
is Ed we're talking
So
about.
I go in to go to the restroom because I had to pee too. So I go in there and I flush it, and I hear the toilet leaking. You know what I mean? And I'm like, God damn it! Now I got to fix the toilet. It was one thing after another thing after another. As soon as I told CPAP, I go, dude, have you ever had one of these days? He goes, just stop talking, because
Dude. So I'm not quite as bad as Ed, but yesterday
nonstop.
I just meant as in your one thing after another.
It is one
But
thing.
I
after
got home
another.
from work
I know.
yesterday, and
Like 15 things.
Becky's like, dude, let's make some chili. I'm like, right on. I'll make some chili.
Okay.
So I get all the cans of shit out of the
Do you
cupboard.
make homemade? Do you do like the
Yes.
full blown?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
I make good chili. Anyhow, so I get all the cans of shit out of the cupboard, and I pull out the little hand crank can opener to start opening cans.
Right. You don't have an electric one?
Well, hold up. So I get out the thing and I start turning it. All of a sudden, it's freewheeling. The thing ain't spinning, but it's just freewheeling. I'm like, God dang it. Oh, well, that's all right. I'll get out the electric can opener. Pull out the electric can opener. Now, we got this as a wedding gift 30 years ago.
You got it as a 30?
Yeah. Pull it out, put it on the counter, plug it in, put a can in, hit the lever snaps in half. I'm like, all right, I'm going to make this fucking shit work. So I get a pencil, I jam it in the hole, stick the can in there, hit it down. All of a sudden, all you hear is, motherfucker's smoking. I'm like, oh shit. I finally took the hand can opener apart. And
Are you kidding?
I was able to open the cans, but it looked like I opened them with a rock. I'm like, Becky, maybe we should run this shit through a strainer so we don't swallow metal. It takes me 15 minutes to put together a pot of chili. After I brown the meat, I have it down to a science. I have a tried and true recipe I use that I've been using for
All you
years.
gotta do is cook the meat and throw the rest of the shit
yeah,
in.
and just
don't
cover
work
it,
that
let it
way.
simmer.
Yeah.
You gotta do
But let me tell
a
you,
long one.
my 20-minute ordeal took like 45 minutes because I had to open these cans with a janky ass.
Were you gnarling on the can?
So as the meat was browning, I ran into the dentist right on the other side of the kitchen wall. Ran in there, got on Amazon, and ordered 2 can openers, a hand can opener and the other one. Now, mind you, this was yesterday at about 6 o'clock. They were on my front porch at 8 in the morning.
You're kidding.
I was like, holy shit, where were you yesterday?
dude, do you have drone delivery now?
I don't know what it is, but my Ring doorbell went off and I saw the delivery guy. I'm like, what are you doing on my porch?
Can you explain?
Get off my porch, pirate.
Can
Get
you-
off my lawn.
Can you porch?
Get off my porch, you son of a bitch.
Can you explain this to me? How the in the world?
How is it possible?
Well, not
I have no fucking idea.
Okay, here's the thing with Amazon that. But there's a bunch of things that in that whole statement you just said that I got questions on. First of all, I think Amazon didn't they open up local distribution spots
I don't
somewhere?
know where those. I don't know
or
where
they're
they're at.
warehousing.
There
certain
must be
things?
one like right around the
Cleveland,
corner.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe they have deals with
It's in South Amherst.
It's right downtown where the old Ben Franklin was.
Yeah.
They probably have deals with people like Walmart or Myers that products, and when they order it, it just gets sent out from those
But
stores.
it's Amazon delivery trucks.
I don't know. That's amazing that you got it within. It's almost like as you hit
like,
enter, they're at your door.
Yeah, 6 at night, and it was on my porch 8 in the morning. So
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's 13 hours.
Yeah,
that between.
Remember when you used to order something when we were in the 80s? 3 to 4 week delivery.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be here in a month.
If you got it.
Yes. Yeah, and
unless it was Columbia House Records.
Yeah, they shipped that shit out quick, didn't they?
And you got everything.
Yeah.
And then every month you got something.
Yeah.
Right, even stuff you didn't
on
want.
time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say this, that part of not only the Amazon, that's amazing that you can order stuff from them. And I hate doing that because I'd rather go in person and see the object.
Well, what I do is my homework on other sites.
Yeah. Well, you can do returns at like a Kohl's or something.
Yeah,
you can take it
right to Kohl's. Yep.
And they'll send it for free, right? They return for free, which is odd too.
Right.
But
and then you get a 15% off coupon for Kohl's for returning your Amazon stuff to Kohl's.
Yes, you do. You get Kohl's cash, which makes no sense either. But anyway, so the thing that bothers me, and it's a connection, that right now the world is falling apart. Right now it's going crazy. They're talking about.
Is it? I hadn't noticed.
They're talking about going back to masks, and they're coming out with. It's the weirdest thing in the world. We've had cancer for 100 years, the flu forever. They still don't have vaccines, but yet they get a vaccine in a week for something that still hasn't come out yet. You know what I mean?
It's not even out. They have a vaccine for it.
Yes.
We know it's not out yet, but listen.
Right.
We ordered it from Amazon.
I'm saying
they delivered it yesterday.
It'll be here tomorrow. Yeah.
No, but when I order shit from Amazon, I definitely do my homework on other store sites to read the reviews.
Right.
Because, sometimes companies will pimp their reviews, if you will. And
so put up their on the list higher on their list. And dude, there hasn't on that. There was another company that was associated with what you're saying called I think it's TEMU.
Oh, yeah.
And they were linking in Amazon to make higher ratings where you'd order from them and you'd get cheap.
Yeah, really cheap bullshit. You could go right to their website, their website, and it's like, this 15-foot parachute should not cost $1.99.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it, and let's jump.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go. It's a terrible idea. When do we start?
But this is what I was going to say, is that our world is falling apart.
Yeah.
They're trying to do all this shit. They're going to, they want to lock us down, the whole 9 yards. And then as a distraction, this is where I'm going with this. They brought out the aliens. Did you see that in Mexico?
Well, they said that was an artist's...
Dude, it looked like a piece of beef jerky. They just...
Yeah. Somebody said they look like white dog turds.
They did.
The old ones in your yard.
Right. And you're like, dude, and people were like... they still were like, no, we're not even buying it, dude. You're telling us you got fucking aliens. We're just not buying it.
Yeah, they were, yes. After it was all said and done, somebody said it was an artist's...
rendition or something?
No, like you know how they do that art where it's like a harmonica on a swing? That's... Yeah.
Oh, that in your case, so it's not even real.
No.
Well, this is where I was going to go at. In this age in technology, you mentioned before the mics are on that, you're an Apple, you've got amazing phones that can photograph like microbes and stuff.
Yeah, the cameras are all right.
Everybody's got a computer in their pocket.
Yep.
Right. But yet... when we get video footage of anything, it looks like it's shot sketchy. Through a potato.
It's like, does this guy have Parkinson's? And I'm not making fun of the people with Parkinson's. I'm just saying.
Yes.
That it's like the shakiest shit you've ever seen.
It's like when they're filming Bigfoot, they're on an earthquake zone.
Sir, I notice you're very nervous. Can you get this quarter out of my pocket? Yeah. It's great. I mean, to the right a little bit. There you go.
Why doesn't everybody carry tripods with them?
Well, it's not that.
So everybody can get steady video.
Even my shit phone that I have, my Echineba or whatever I have, my phone that I have.
Your Eukanuba.
Echinacea.
What?
I have dog food.
Yes, you got it with so many coupons from dog food. Mm-hmm. It was almost like Marlboro Miles, but with whatever.
He bought a pallet of dog food from
Gravy Train. Or what was that the name of that dog food? Gravy Train?
yeah, there was gravy.
He got Gravy Train miles.
Yeah, he bought a pallet of it from Goodwill for $10.
He eats it right out of the can. Ed does, not his dog.
It's like
It fries up great on the grill.
Just make sure you don't use Chucky's can opener.
I get about this thing. It makes good hamburger. It does. Dude, listen. The poor old
Spit it out.
people. They're saying that there are some elderly that are eating like cat food. Because times
They like it?
No, they
Cat food ain't cheap. They'd be better off getting 10 packs of ramens for $1.
Are we talking Fancy Feast or
Oh, yeah.
I
See,
don't
that's
know.
good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's got a good smell.
the salmon ones are delicious?
Do you got a cat, right?
No.
You used
No,
to. Didn't
nobody
you
has
used to?
cats.
No.
None of us do. We're not cat people, Ed.
I love all animals, but I'm not.
Cats are at the bottom of the food chain.
I'm not a cat guy.
I got 15.
I mean, I like them.
We know, Ed.
Yeah.
You want a
Especially don't like those kind of cats.
Right.
feral inbred
No, I
ones?
don't like. Yes, no, with the 8 toes on each. Yeah, their eyes are crossed.
One
I'm
of
like,
them has
Jesus Christ.
The
hair lip.
their tail looks like the S from Kiss. Love gun. It looks like Pikachu's tail.
It is.
This is my kitty love gun. This is my one
that?
destroyer. This is rock and roll all over.
It is. They are inbred. Those are some serious
Meow,
inbred.
motherfucker.
Yeah, those cats are. They're. I don't even know if you classify them as cats anymore.
I think the cat. What it is?
They're
it's-
blobs of fur.
Do you know where those cats came from, Byron?
Other cats.
No,
Thank
I know
you.
that. No, this is what happened. Is that we had? I think one of the neighbors adopted a cat.
There's like 20 generations of cats running around here. Yeah,
Just
seriously.
And what happened was,
Those fuckers live a long time.
yeah, what happened was one of them must have got loose from a neighbor, and it was outside in the middle of winter. And my the first one, when my dad was still here, he said, there's a poor cat out there. I said, so who the fuck what? And it's a cat, and he's like, my mom said the same thing, and then my dad gets sick. He's like, well, don't let the little
Did you
animals.
put it in his garage?
No, no.
That's
So-
and just kept it cracked. That's what you should have done.
and then they would shit all in the garage. We wouldn't know the difference.
I'm like,
So what happened is I did that little box that's out underneath. I just took a box, filled it with old rugs, beat up old rugs, and the kitty stayed
the
in
ones
there.
from your room.
And so I just put kitty food out there. Next thing you know, another cat. What it is this kitty had a little baby. It's a little baby.
They all are.
So I felt,
Yeah,
so I
one
felt
point in
bad.
their life.
So I felt bad. So I fed the one cat. Next thing I know, that cat grew up. I think had sex with its mom. Look at the look in his face. Yes, had sex with its mom. Had another kitten. All right, so there was another kitten out there, and then somewhere in the process,
That other kitten.
yes, and now
Meow, motherfucker.
we got mixed cats out there with limps, and then
Yeah, they're all like
Yes.
dog tailing down. What is that? What was that called? Dog walking down
just
the
walking
road.
sideways.
Dog tracking.
That's a dog tracking.
Yep.
It's got 3 eyes, like it's psychic. It's a psychic
It opened
dog.
up its third eye.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's where those cats came from. So I don't feed them a lot. I give
Well,
them,
you feed them enough to keep them alive and breeding.
I give them just a little
Yeah.
bit, but I think they hit all the houses in the neighborhood. Like they know
Sure.
where to go.
Well, everybody's. Yeah, I mean, most everybody loves animals.
Right. That's what I'm surprised
You know.
because you got a nice dog. I'm surprised you don't have a.
Did you say
He's an
nice?
idiot, by the way.
Nice
But
dog?
no,
He's got a nice dog.
he's all right.
Elvis is nice.
But yeah, you know what? I've never been. Growing up, never had cats.
Yeah,
Always
never-
had dogs.
Never liked cats. I was
Yeah.
never. I wouldn't hurt a cat, but I never liked cats. You know why? Because they poop in a box, bury it, then jump on your counter. Same feet.
And sleep in your bed.
Yup.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to tell this quick story that he made me. He reminded me of. I felt bad because we were talking about
People we went to school with.
people we went to school with that passed
Okay.
that have passed on.
Yeah.
Right.
And I felt so bad. It reminded me of a story when we were kids. There was this girl, and I'll say her name, and I don't mind because she's passed on. And or should I not?
Yeah, no, just say a girl.
You
that we
know,
went to
you
school
know,
with.
you know
Yeah.
the one that I'm talking about. And
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's here. You should I pause it so he knows. Okay, and then there was this girl Laura that we went to school with. We were like in 6th grade.
I want to Central.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be Central.
Yeah, dude, and we used to play kickball.
That
all the
dude,
time.
I
There was a
loved
teacher,
playing-
Mr. Redmond.
That was my teacher.
Okay, he loved kickball.
Oh yeah, we played kickball every day.
For the audience out there, you guys
Dude,
out
it'd be
there,
30 degrees out, and
Yeah, we're
Mr.
playing.
Yes.
Everybody always asks what your favorite teacher from school was. Mr. Redmond was my favorite teacher. That guy was awesome.
Well, there was a couple things. Mr. Lesnar passed on.
Mr. Lesnar passed on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alan Lesnar.
not too long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. I think
He was North though. He was
the
7th
Angel
grade.
of Death posted it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he was 7th grade though.
Right, but so teachers went to school with. So there was this other teacher, Mr. Redmond, who looked like a caveman, but he was a bike. He liked to cycle.
He liked to ride
Cyclists.
yeah, whatever those like 10-speed kind of bikes would be called, road cycling. I don't know.
him
And he had a
Mr.
VW bus, and
With,
he
the,
loved
with the curved handles.
Yeah.
Not the,
Yes.
And he let us listen to the Beatles and music like that while we
Yes.
were doing our schoolwork at school. It was really cool.
Nice.
He was a great teacher.
And I
Yeah,
had,
he was cool.
I can't remember which teacher I had at that time, but we would always challenge Mr. Redmond's.
That was me,
room.
Larry
Yeah.
Miller,
Right.
Jay Getty.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was there was a year that we were doing it, and the teacher that we had, I can't remember. Chris Kaiser was in my class. I had Liz Foster. We were what, 12?
Yeah, I have 11 or 12. Yeah.
11 or 12. Okay, about that age. And this is where you reminded me of it. Yeah, it's got to be that age, 6th grade, whatever
Yeah.
that was. And we had this class. So the teacher said, and I'm like, the problem is we're just going out there, and I was an idiot at that age.
No.
I know. So I was like, volunteered. I said, our problem is the reason we can never beat, because Mr. Redmond's room
Our team
was the great.
killed
You guys
it.
always killed it. And at that year, Construction Randy just came to the school.
Yeah.
And he was like 6 feet tall.
In 6th grade. When it was 5th, it would have been 5th grade. So we were 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Right. And he came. And so I said, the problem is we just randomly go out there. We're not playing our people properly.
Yes, because you were an expert at kickball.
Need to change the lineup. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
she said, Ed, well, if you think you can do it, do a lineup that we can follow
Yeah.
and play kickball, in humoring
Yeah.
a young idiot kid. So I did. I'll never forget this because it hurt me so bad. I literally cried in the class. You're laughing at me. Why are you laughing?
Because you cried.
I did. I was only 10
I think we all did back then.
because of what happened. And I said, okay. And I wrote up this whole, I was at home and I'm sitting with,
You put a lot of work into
oh,
this.
dude, I had all my friends that, Farmer
stats.
Ron, the stats, Farmer Ron was over and we had charts and we had long.
yarn. Well, so-and-so lives over here, so he's good at swimming.
Yeah,
Put him
yeah.
on third base.
We need legs, man. We need good kickers.
Right.
We need guys that can catch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was me.
I did this whole.
Wayne Clark was in my class.
Yes.
He's gone too.
Yeah, Wayne's gone too.
So what happened was, this is the thing. This is where I felt so bad and I cried and I did. So I had this whole
You's
chart.
a bitch.
And I told the teacher, I said, we got to do this. And she said, great. And there was, look at you laughing at me.
Oh, I have
I'm
more.
laughing with you,
I
Ed.
know. I felt so bad. And so I did this whole lineup. What I didn't know is
Okay.
some of our classmates had medical conditions.
Right.
All right. Because I
One
was,
was missing a leg.
yeah, I think we did have.
Yeah.
We
One
did.
was missing an arm.
One of my classmates, his name was Dewey. And
No, he was in Mr. somebody's
Butler's?
class.
No. I thought he was in my class too.
No, he was not.
There was somebody on crutches then. There was
No, he was
It
in
could've-
the class next to Mr. Redmond's.
So anyways, we did this. I did the whole thing, and there was a girl that I didn't realize had a heart murmur.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so what happened
She was 12?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had
Wow.
it at a.
Okay.
You're the one that I mentioned. So
All right.
and I was like, well, I didn't know. No. Oh God, this is so bad. So we're sitting there. Everything was coming according to my plan.
It was all falling into
It
place.
was falling into place.
You
Yeah.
knew where everybody was
I
going to be.
knew.
You had it set.
I had to.
Yeah, you had
like,
it set.
Like Chuck said, the lines with the yarn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was perfect.
It was the
Because
gospel.
It was the one time we beat Redmond's, Mr. Redmond's class. We did beat you one time.
I say
Nightingale, Mrs. Nightingale. I want to say Mrs. Nightingale.
There was no Mrs. Nightingale at Central.
You sure?
I don't
How about
remember.
Buchanan? Was there?
There was a Buchanan.
Maybe it was Buchanan.
That was Sue Buchanan's mom.
Well, I could see where you could get those two mixed up.
Yeah, there was a
I
Mrs.
can't-
Buchanan. I was going to
I
say
wanna
Buchanan.
They sound
but-
so much alike.
I think there was a Mrs. Nightingale.
No, there was a Buchanan. But anyhow, there was
So we did it,
Sicardi also.
and this girl, which I did not know, she hit it right as I'm like, "You just hit it over here. I know that this person can't catch it, whatever. And
Oh, he scouted and everything, man. Hell yeah.
You were probably like, holy shit, Chuck's really good at kickball. The only thing he was ever good at.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Look at that. You're scouting and everything.
She ended up getting on base, and then we had Construction Randy, who was an animal.
Oh, dude, this guy, he was built like a senior in high school when he
Yeah.
was in 5th grade.
Yeah. Had a mustache.
He did.
He was
smoking.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was like. Remember Farmer Ron? He like drove the
Yeah,
six.
I remember Rod. Yeah,
Yeah.
both. And here I am, like 7 pounds,
Yeah.
all wiener.
We barely.
Ladies.
We
Five
barely.
of it was wiener.
I grew into it.
So what happened is she's on base, and I want to say it was Construction Randy was up, and he kicked the ball just like the animal that he is. Kicked it, it went sailing, and she was on base.
If I remember correctly, it went into the church parking lot next door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there was that
You
church.
remember it?
Yeah, totally.
And this is where
And we're running, and we all had work boots on back then. That's not, you know what I mean? None of us had tennis shoes, and we're
we
trying
were
to
like
run.
dress shoes.
We were trying to run across blacktop. We're like, you
Wait a
know,
minute. I had tennis shoes. What do you mean work boots?
No, they were like a dress kind of.
no, we just had work boots.
Not me,
period.
dude. My mom didn't, and the shoes had. And if you did have
You had
tennis
the
shoes,
mule heels. He had tap dance shoes on. You could hear it. He could never sneak up on anybody. He wasn't allowed to go in any rooms with explosives. His shoes sparked.
Not only that, my mom would get us those discount tennis shoes that had the sole was like plastic,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
where you could
And like a quarter-inch thick.
Yeah. And they look
Oh,
like
yeah.
old deck shoes.
Yeah.
you
I had a
could-
pair of those.
You
The
could
boat
be
shoes?
towed
Yeah.
behind a vehicle.
I mean, they're bowling shoes, basically.
Yeah, they
is
were.
what
They were
are.
bowling shoes. I had a pair.
and the tread did not disappear.
No.
Nor did it stop you.
No.
So anyhow, Randy kicks the ball.
He kicks.
It goes. It sails.
You remember? Okay.
It almost goes on to like South Main Street.
Yes, they had to mail the ball back to us. You know,
Oh, we eventually got
they
to
were
it.
UPSing it back because it's so far away.
I remember like everybody outfield like right, just like
Everybody converged.
Oh yeah, it looked like Atari football.
Sound like a herd of horses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. But this is where I felt so bad. And credit is that she was on first base, and then he's right
behind her.
right on her ass.
Did he lap her?
You know,
No, but he was pushing her.
he was.
I'm surprised he didn't pick her up and carry her. Yeah.
He went all the way around. I did not know or was smart enough to understand.
Girl couldn't run.
She couldn't.
She
run.
wasn't supposed to be. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, yeah.
So she had a little heart attack.
We were like, yeah,
No, I'm
yeah, we
just
did it.
kidding.
Woo, we did it.
Red brought in the winning run.
We did, yeah, we got the winning run. We did it. And in the meantime, she's over there going,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
falling over. And I'm like, well, what happened to Laura? And they're like, dude, she has a heart murmur. I'm like, oh God, no.
And it's all your fault.
Oh man.
And she was like off the next day.
Yeah, you fucked her up.
But I cried. I was crying because I'm thinking I killed him. Look at him laughing at me.
I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at you.
Because
You're crying still.
Because I'm thinking all I was caring about kicking. Look at you laughing at me too.
I just wanted to win.
I just wanted to win a kickball.
Never again did they do that lineup.
No,
They never
not
did.
ever.
Right. Dude.
I believe Ed was terminated from that job.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Being replaced by
Yeah.
There was we used to play a game, and I don't know if I can
No.
say the name of, you know which one I was going to
Yes.
say with the football.
where you throw it to somebody and then everybody tackles them.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
Smear
called,
the whatever.
kill.
Yes.
It was just called kill after the fact. They
Yeah.
call it kill.
Yeah, wink, wink. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Whatever.
But we had
Yeah.
a name for, well, there was this one kid. There was two. There was another kid that we went to school with, a guy that went to school with, Kevin Anderson. Yeah. And there was this tiny little guy.
He's
guy
gone.
named. Yeah. There was a tiny little guy named Brad, and I can't remember his last name. He was real small, and he was like a gerbil, man. He was so.
Brad Jones. Brad.
No, Brad was a pretty stocky dude.
There was a short little guy named Brad. Brad anything. He could run like no tomorrow, and we couldn't tackle him no matter what because he was like trying to catch a
Short and stocky. Yeah.
No, not stocky. He was just like trying to catch a wet pig. You know what I mean? Or not a oiled up pig.
I don't know
or like we like to call it, a typical Saturday at Ed's.
An oiled up pig. Dude, what do you do on the weekends?
Well, he's got a lot of oil and a bunch of pigs.
An oiled up pig.
You do know I'm gonna.
And I'm guessing you're not talking about cooking it.
no.
No.
I'd let you know. I'm probably going to use that as a promo
Wow.
clip. Promo clip right
Okay.
there. That's
Oiled up pig.
But yeah, I felt so bad
Okay.
about that growing because I
As
did.
you should.
I did. You never had a moment like that where you look back on your life
I have a lot of cringe
and you
moments.
just go, "What the hell was I
lot of cringe
thinking?"
moments. I want to tell one of my wife's cringe moments, so since she's
Go
not
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
So,
the best time to do it.
we were in our early 20s, and we used to kick it at each other's apartments every weekend. Yeah. We just have parties. And Byron and Val were living together. This is before they were married, and they had a Christmas party.
We were living in sin.
And
Yeah.
we all did.
Yeah.
And they were having a Christmas party, and there was like 20, 25 of us in their apartment, big spread of food, this and that. And they had a bunch of wings and barbecue and whatnot. And like everybody broke off, like since it was an apartment, everybody would just group off into rooms and just party in these rooms. You know what I mean? There were so many people.
Yeah.
It was just, let's go to this room now. So
Like a house party. No.
yeah, it was a house party.
Yeah.
So me and Becky and a bunch of people were drinking beers in their bedroom. Matter of fact, and he had a band. It was the Star Wars Cantina band. They knew one song. They played it over and over. And in walks our friend. And Becky didn't want to wear her glasses because she didn't like wearing her glasses. And she's like Velma.
Oh, you're
from
kidding.
Scooby-Doo. She's like, I can't see a thing without my glasses.
Yeah.
In walks our friend, and she's like, God dang it, so-and-so, wipe that barbecue sauce off your face. And he's like, they're cold sores. And the God true story. And I was like, you put your fucking glasses on. She's in her purse digging out her glasses. You wear those the rest of the night.
Don't you ever take those off again.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
did he
great.
have the coat? Like
They were the ones in the corners of your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's like, God dang it, wipe that barbecue sauce off your face already. He's like,
Barbecue sauce.
they're cold sores.
But I didn't have any wings.
Yeah. Yeah. So
See, we were idiots back then, dude. Even
Oh,
that- I'll be the first to admit that
We did not care.
Well, it's not even that I didn't care. I think,
we just
Times
didn't
were
think
different.
before we talked.
well, not only that,
Like I still do.
I don't know if it's because for the audience out there, we all grew up
In the 80s.
Well, 70s and 80s. We graduated in the 80s, but grew up in the 70s, late
Yeah.
70s. And
I don't
early-
remember the 60s.
Right? Yeah.
No, I was
yeah.
born in 68.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. So, but here's, and I don't know if it was we were still drinking well water. Back then.
Well, we were drinking Boone's Farm,
Right.
Little Kings,
Yeah.
Kanai.
Mickey's Big Mouth,
Right.
what is that? Sun Country,
Sun Country.
God, I wish they would
Bartles
bring
and
that
James.
back.
Bartles
Oh, I
and
wish
James.
they had Sun
Yeah.
Country.
2
yeah.
liters.
Yes,
I
2
would-
liters of
I would
goodness.
fuck that
Dude,
up. Right
wait a
now.
minute.
I would do a retro
I'm
night.
serious.
and-
Do you remember that they had 2 liters, but it had a mouth on it? About
Yes. So you can
Yes.
dump it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Nobody shared that stuff.
No.
It was Sun
And
Country.
then
One for you, one for me.
I totally remember the label. It looked like a pop label.
Yes.
So you could literally drink it going down the road and not a single cop's going to pull you over.
All you had to do is rip the label off.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Mountain Dew.
It's Squirt.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Fresca. Kiss my ass.
Tab.
Yeah. Whatever.
That's it. Well, here's
God,
the thing.
those were so good.
That growing up, I get amazed because I was
How we didn't get beat up more for our mouths.
well. Not only yes, and not only that, I was pretty good with the women. I had decent rep with the women, but I could never. He and I were talking. I could never pick up
I was terrible
the
at signals.
right? The women
Terrible.
signals. I could.
They could literally be like, dude, I literally, and this is hand of God, I was early 20s.
Right.
I literally had a girl being like, hey, you want to walk me to my car? I'm like, well, you know what? My car's right here. Let me drive to yours. No, do you want to walk me to my car? I distinctly remember this. And like a day later, I'm like, you idiots! You fucking idiots!
Stupid.
Yeah.
No, here's
Yep.
Yeah. Get in the Glowmobile.
Yeah.
right, dude. I actually had. This is what makes it even worse. I actually had girls, just the opposite, where
Get away from me. No?
I'm going to my car. Don't follow me.
Yeah, creeper. You have a raper face.
no, there were girls that would say, "Hey, can you give me a ride home?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
And I
So you give them a ride home and drop them off and leave.
right.
Exactly.
When I was working at the bars,
I'm that guy.
I took
Here you go. See you around.
Sure. I'll wait until you get in the door. Okay.
Yeah. Just to make sure you get in there safely.
So you're safe.
yeah, because I could. It's not. I just didn't. But
Stupid.
here's the crazy thing, though. Women have done that to us because it's gotten to the point nowadays that women have scared men where
Women still do that to us.
Not me.
even if you're like, "Hey, how you doing? Creep, get away."
Yeah.
Well, all I said was, "Hello."
Can you buy me a drink? Now leave.
Yeah.
That's how they are.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
Why does that happen to you?
I don't buy. I've been out, and then I'll be sitting at the bar, and I don't buy random girls drinks. I don't do it. They'll even sit next to me, like when I go to the bowling alley. They'll sit next to me and talk to me, and I'm like, "Yep." And then I won't buy them a drink.
Okay.
Oh, so that works out real well for you.
Well, here's the thing.
He's like, this beer is delicious. I wish you could try it.
You should try one of these.
You should really try one
Next
of
time you
these.
order yourself a beer, get
Yeah.
one.
And get me one too, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you?
But looking back at all the lost signals,
The loss.
and then, you know, you're
how do
just
you
like-
know? Yeah, but here's the thing.
and
Girls
I'm
are
like, why didn't they just come out and say it?
Yeah.
there. It is. That's
mean,
exactly.
Because here I am.
it. Well, that's it.
They should have taught us that in fucking high school.
No shit. There should have been a
Right?
class on picking up signals.
Yeah, instead of social studies. Who gives a shit?
Right. Geography.
Yeah, who cares?
When am I ever going to go to Abu
Yeah,
Dhabi?
I know where the fuck I am.
Right. I know how
Fuck's
to read a
sakes.
map.
Yeah, now nobody does.
Chances are good I'm never going to Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Not on purpose, anyway.
Not on my watch.
In my car.
Yeah.
That I need a map to drive there.
That's what AAA was for. Get a triptychs.
That's it.
That's
Dude,
right.
All that. Yeah. Again,
And now you just type in the address on your phone and it takes you right
Yeah,
there.
or in your car, whatever. Yeah,
do you, I still have AAA. Do you have AAA?
absolutely.
I do. Because
I've had
you
it for like-
never know. I've had it since 94.
Well, we've had it for about 10 years. Yeah,
But just because you use it one time, it pays for itself.
yeah.
And we have used it one time.
Well, I don't have.
Haven't we
I have
used
the AAA Plus. You have AAA Plus?
Yeah, so it told you
Yeah,
100
yeah.
miles.
Yeah.
Something like that.
100,
yeah.
150, something like that.
Yeah.
And did you know?
Well, you know, because I played in a band.
Oh God, yeah. With your vehicle, you're out there.
Yeah.
I'm far away.
Right. Last thing you need is your car taking a shit on you.
Right.
And then the tow will be $800.
Right. Or, you know, I'm not going to work out in the rain changing a tire on my way to a show.
Is that not a joke?
I'm not kidding.
It's dude. Same thing with battery. Like when your battery dies.
Yep.
Not a jump. You can buy the battery from the dude. He'll replace the battery right then and there.
The thing is, the reason I got AAA is before the automatic turn off lights, My wife had a habit of leaving her lights on.
Oh, God. That drained
outside or inside?
Middle of winter, I'm out there with jumper cables, 9 at night, because she's getting off of work and realized she left her lights on
God.
at 8 in the morning.
You want to hear a funny story?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, because I got one on it.
right.
Go ahead.
So I was working, this was Tuesday, I believe. I was in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Tuna?
Fucking Tuna. Anyway, Val calls me. I go, what's up? And she goes, your daughter ran out of gas right on, for everybody, Oak Point Road.
Okay.
To get
Is
off.
this
So
recent?
this was Tuesday.
So she was like right at a gas station.
She died right at the ramp.
No shit.
There's one over the bridge.
She didn't make it. She didn't make it.
Didn't she see the light come on?
I haven't seen her yet because she's been working, but
Go ahead.
apparently that's part of. I taught her how to fill up her windshield wiper fluid and check her oil. And I taught her all that shit, but apparently I had to teach her that one too, and I didn't think I had to. But apparently we have to have that talk. Anyway, Val calls me up. I'm at a hotel in Altoona. She goes, which gas can is it out in the garage? Because we have one for like the
kerosene
snow blower.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mix. Like a
with
mix.
the mix, and then one is just regular gas. I said, it's the bigger one. The small one is the mix, the bigger one. Okay. All right. So just go grab that. There's like a gallon in there. Just go pour it in there.
It'll get her right across the street.
To the gas station.
Yes. So hang up the phone. About 10 minutes later, she calls again. I go, hey, what's up? She goes, how do you open this fucking gas can? She couldn't open it up because it's all the safety shit they have on.
Just push it. Yes, you got to push that little valve thing out.
She don't know. I mow the lawns. I do all that.
Sure.
Stuff. She don't know. So I had to explain her for another 5 minutes how to open up a fucking gas can. I was like, oh my God. Jeez, you are really bad at this. I love you, baby, but you are terrible at this. This is why we have AAA. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
They'll even. I think
they'll give you 2 gallons of gas.
Is it 2 gallons?
2 gallons.
Which in a car should easily take you to the nearest gas, unless you're in Kansas somewhere.
Or you're
on
what
Death
is that?
Valley. Or
I was gonna say
Route 66 out in the middle of the fucking desert.
Right. Do you know how I learned to jump a car? Use jumper cables. I learned from Farmer Ron's brother.
Okay.
The wrong way. And I'll explain to you.
Did something blow up on you?
You know what I was about to say there.
Yeah.
His Farmer
You
Ron's,
couldn't do the color coding, red to red, black to black?
Farmer Ron's well, what happens is you're not supposed to do the
You hook up the ground first,
you
and then you hook up the power.
Yes.
You do. Yes, and you put one to the frame. You don't put it on the battery.
I put them both on the battery.
I know. They tell you, well, evidently Farmer Ron, he was telling me one day, I was over there talking because they're right up the road.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, yeah. He said, man, my brother's got burns all over his face. I go, burns? How what do you do? Get into a fire or what? He said he went to jump his truck, put it on there, was sitting there, revved the engine, and it blew up. The battery blew up. So we got battery acid all over him. You don't do, I didn't know that you're supposed to, I think it's red to red.
Right.
Red to red, and then black on your vehicle and black on the frame.
Okay.
See, I never knew that.
Yeah, and in fact, weren't you the one that said that there's a post or something? You had the battery behind.
Oh yeah. Couldn't find the fucking battery. Yeah.
And you said
so everything's wired up to the top of the engine, so you can jump it from the top.
Right.
But you have to take apart half the fucking car to like change a battery.
Right.
Makes total sense. Cocksuckers.
But you have to. But those
No
posts.
offense, Charles.
One of them goes to the frame.
Yes.
Evidently.
Yeah.
And they
So
say
the ground can go to anything. Basically anything that's metal that's attached to, and that's
except
the ground.
the engine. They said do not attach it to
No,
the
no. You probably don't want to do that. And I'm not an electrician, but that doesn't sound right.
On the belt.
Yeah.
It's on the headlight.
Yeah.
On the alternator.
Yeah, but yes. So everything now is the poster on top of the car but the battery's like 10 feet away from the car.
Which makes no goddamn
Yeah. Oh, it makes
sense.
perfect sense.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, the things looking back on your life, it's just you wonder how did you make it
This far?
this far? You
Because
Everything was simple back then,
yeah,
and we were stupid.
know, but
We were too stupid to
Yeah.
get hurt.
We didn't have cell phones,
right.
and we've all had our share of stitches and
Oh,
broken
God, yeah,
bones
dude,
and
I've got-
stuff like that.
I am full of scars.
Yes.
Like I am full of scars.
Kids today are not, unless they play sports, but
Right.
most of the kids today are.
Well, you've got. I know you got your arm. You got
Yeah,
the scar on your
Yeah.
arm
the
broke.
scar- your arm broke.
I split this. I had
Did
a
you?
dart right here sticking out of my
a
head.
jart.
I got
How'd you do this?
I was jumping on the couch and I jumped off onto the stairs.
Oh God.
And then
And that was like a year ago.
and then this one goes out to Dave Cribbs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had this little, we were like 5 years old. And I had this little push car and he was pushing me on it. Well, the sidewalk went up and there was a manhole cover and he pushed me and we thought, the car's just going to jump up on it. It did not. It stopped and I rammed my chin right into the manhole cover. Mm-hmm. Everybody took off and I was bleeding on the sidewalk.
I would have done the same thing.
I also was
took off?
leaning back in a chair and fell backwards and put a fork all the way through my chin.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's how I got the other scar.
Dude, you're a wreck.
Oh, dude, I've got stitches all over the place.
Again, that was a year or so.
That was last week. It healed up pretty nice.
I just recently. Now, here's the thing. Now that you're getting older, are the scars becoming prevalent where you can see them now? Like the one on your arm, I understand that was a major fucking.
well, can you see?
You
this
can
one?
you can almost see right at your elbow. It almost, to me, looking at it doesn't look natural.
No,
right in
it
this
goes in
section.
an S shape. I'm actually missing a bone. In
Okay,
here.
are you really?
If you look at my arm from the
That's
back,
what she said.
yeah.
Hi-oh.
If you look at my arm
thank
from the
you.
back, it's actually crooked. But it was 76.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did what they could.
Dude, that's funny you said that.
Put it in a wood splint.
It was a steel splint. And I laid there for like, I want to say 2 days. I was in a steel splint because all the doctors were out of town because it was a 4th of July holiday.
Oh, you're kidding.
Swear to God.
You came home with leeches on it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, I was laying on the table and my arm was backwards.
Oh my God.
Dude, and
They're like, Jesus Christ, how do we fucking fix this?
well, what? No. The worst part is when I did it, I ran to the house and my dad's like, it's just popped out of place. We'll pop the bone back in place. The bone was up in my shoulder.
Nice.
It was literally up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, there's no bone there. Better go to the hospital.
It's funny. All our parents were doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
My kid gets a cut under her chin. He has to have stitches. I freak out. Val freaks out. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was bad.
Is it now here? There's a difference. That's because you were a first time parent.
Well, so were my parents.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I was an only child.
But you know
Okay,
what?
yeah, well,
Things
but
were
how-
different back then.
Is it that? Is it things were different and you just
We were honestly we were
Plus, we're-
tougher back then.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a.
Oh, no, you're right.
No,
I
Yes,
mean,
we
we
are.
literally ate fucking dirt, played outside
Right.
all day.
All day.
plus
we were mad
boys. We're
when we had to
boys.
stay inside.
Right. We're boys, but he has a girl, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
Still though,
But here's my I get that though. I had with all my brothers and sisters with all the injuries we had, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
There was times like my one sister stepped on a nail and she's just crying. We just pull it out.
I did that also. Went right through my rusty nail, went right through my foot.
You got to be kidding.
I had to go get a tetanus shot for that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you
And not the new ones.
Oh no, I was 20. I was 24, 25
Oh, so still.
You're
Yeah.
when that
kidding.
happened.
Oh God.
Well, what happened is we moved in our house, and whoever lived there had kids, and they had nails 3 feet off the ground.
They used to
all
play with them all.
Yeah.
You know.
So I was in my socks pulling the nails out, and the phone rang,
right, wait a
and I
minute.
kicked the bowl that I was putting the nails in. I came back in, and there was like a clear piece of corner. You ever see they put the clear piece on the corners?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
One
yeah.
of those on the floor. I stepped on it. I picked my foot up, and it was stuck to my foot. And I put my foot back down because my brain wasn't processing what was happening, and it drove the nail all the
Even
way.
further in.
Yeah.
Oh
So
God.
I called the doctor. I'm like, say I stepped on a nail. They're like, you need to come in.
You need to come in.
Yeah.
we need to extract that. So, I mean, just so we're all on the same page, he was pulling out nails in his floor in socks.
No, it was the wall, and I had socks on.
Okay, whatever. Yeah.
That's
I figured.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I had I had an injury down here, and this is where I'm kind of noticing. Like, you know, I got my scar across here, but arms, hand, I got scars on my hands, especially in the webbing. When
I got all kinds.
All kinds on my head.
That's what I was going to say. Is I've got, if I took it off here, when I shaved my head, what happened is down here when my sister, I must have been, I don't know, 15, 16, something like that. My sister was getting married. And at that time, my parents were going through this separation kind of problem that they were having.
It was probably your fault.
I blame Ed.
Yeah.
That hurts. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he's not lying.
so what happened is it was my sister's wedding, and they had it here. They had the reception
They
here.
did that a lot back in the day.
Did they have it in the basement? Did they have it in the pit of despair?
Yeah.
It wasn't a pit back then, though, because I used to come over. When I was 16, I could drive over.
Because I was going to say, was it a reception of despair? Because that would have been cool. The wedding of despair.
It ended in despair. I mean,
it ended in despair, but it was what, and it was down here. This wall wasn't all. None of this was here.
Hold on 1 second.
Somebody ate the shrimp. It's been sitting out since noon.
Yep. Don't ever leave the cheese out in the sun like that.
Don't try the mayo.
Please.
The potato salad.
Anyway, yeah. The potato salad shouldn't be green. Do not eat it.
Here comes the bride. Oh, yep, here she comes. All right.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. Look at her.
It was a St. Patty's.
Beautiful.
So majestic.
Yeah.
It was a St. Patty's Day reception, so everything's green, right?
So nobody can tell them. Are those green hot dogs any good?
Yeah.
It was a pretty classy, spread.
All right. Okay, there we go.
So we had the reception here, and it was all open.
So when you got tired, you just went upstairs to bed?
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm out.
Yeah.
No, wait, it gets worse. So what happened was we had a full band down here, everything. Dude, you don't know how big. We had a bowling alley in here at one time. When we first moved in, there was a bowling alley.
Why did you even take that out?
One lane.
I don't know why you wouldn't leave that in.
One
here.
lane.
Yeah.
Well, my dad built walls so that we could have bedrooms down here and everything.
Fuck those kids.
Well, anyways,
Walls,
we had everything. And on the other side down over there was just a storm.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
The storm doors on the outside of the house so you can get outside.
Right. But it's got those super
cement steps.
Super steep.
Yeah, there was 5 steps, and it was like almost straight, almost 90.
Yeah,
it was almost like climbing a ladder.
Like
Each
on a
one
ship.
was like a foot.
Yeah, like being on a ship. It was just storm entrance to get out. And this is before we put stairs in there and the whole 9 yards. So, it was my sister's reception, my parents, the band was playing. My mom and dad were finally getting along. They were going through this period.
Cake.
Well, that's good.
It was because of the cake. Cake brings everybody together.
Cake and liquor.
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt.
The green hot dogs, the old shrimp, the expired mayo.
That's right.
It was just a recipe for.
He was like, I'm sorry about everything.
rekindling
I
a
love
romance.
you. I love you.
Are you okay in there?
Are you all right?
I love you too. If you can hear me,
I love you. I really do.
This is the
Here comes the bride. Here comes the bride. She ate the bad shrimp, and now the back of her dress is brown.
But this is what made it horrible. This is where it all went awry. And we had for the guests, rather than have them go through the whole house, we had one restroom, which is above here, at the top of the stairs.
Oh, we know it's above here. Believe me.
Yes, we do.
You can hear those turds just going right through the pipe when we're doing a
So
show.
imagine you have like 50, 75 people here for this reception, and the band, and the caterers, and everybody eating the bad shrimp,
the green hot dogs, the spoiled mayo. And then Mr. Pibb.
Annie. Yeah. Mr. Pibb.
It was the only old school pop I could think of.
RC.
And even
RC.
that was old.
Yeah.
Right? So, it had turned clear. That's how old it was.
All
It
right.
had become clear. So they're all flushing. Our front, because we have a septic system, so the
Couldn't handle it?
It was all bubbling up front because you got some just nonstop flushing. Our water bill's going through the roof. My dad's all upset because
He's worried. We should have had it at a hall.
Yeah.
We should have rented out the Eagles.
Going on, and then the worst situation happened. I get into a fight with my younger brother.
Like a fist fight?
Well, we got in, kind of like an argument, yelling.
How old were you? 15, 16, right?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe just
So you were a bitch back then. You thought you knew Kung Fu.
Wow.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. So we got into a fight. And we were running around in here, chasing each other. So I ran up. We ran out. He ran down the stairs, ran back down the stairs.
Yeah.
I come down, and I jumped at him.
What'd you hit your head on?
That's exactly what happened, dude.
You hit your head on the beam, didn't you?
Right across here. I hit and landed flat on my ass. Boom. Like this.
And you know something's wrong.
And
for some reason, you can't see it, but you know something's wrong.
something's wrong. I landed on my ass, and I went, and my head hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt. It hurt. Never had hurt. And I'm like, oh, God. So I put my hand on my head.
Did you see the white flash when you hit?
Oh, he saw the silhouette of Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the silhouette of Jesus.
No, I'm serious. You see that flash of light with the silhouette of Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes. And
You're almost going home.
this isn't a joke. This is what really happened. Is then I went, oh, shit. And I went upstairs. And I went into the bathroom, and then I went to my parents' bathroom, which is at the far end of the house,
So nobody could see.
so nobody could see. And next thing you know, when I pulled my hand down, it was covered in blood. And so I'm like, oh God. So I'm washing, put a rag on it.
And head wounds bleed like none other.
And I was so worried because, my mom and dad were dancing and
Having a good time.
and I'm an idiot. So I'm like, I don't want to ruin this.
So what'd you do? Throw out a hat?
No, I just sat in the washcloth, sat in her room, turned on the TV, and then I passed out and didn't realize it because I woke up to my mother slapping me. She was slapping
You asshole! You ruined a good night.
Ruin your bed. You ruined your bed, your pillowcases with all the blood.
Me and your dad were gonna do the mattress mambo, and here you are.
For fuck's sakes.
We were gonna do the bone dance, if you know what I mean.
Meanwhile, he's having a seizure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I woke up and she got me up and this is the worst part. It was the end of the reception. My mom didn't know that I had left, whatever, gone up there.
Yeah, they're like, where's Eddie? Fuck him.
So she laughing. So she, look at you laughing. So, fuck yeah.
Fuck Eddie.
That's right. So,
Turd.
so next thing you know, she says, we got to take you to the hospital. My dad was hammered beyond recognition.
I got this.
Yeah.
So my mom goes, he can't drive. My older sister's friend, Toby, he said,
Hold on, I can drive him.
Yeah.
Let me just finish my beer.
Yeah. Fuck it.
do that again. I love it.
I got this.
Yeah.
Where's my keys?
We're on the way there.
I need a road pop.
Yeah.
What's funny is back then people did drive like that.
Oh, yeah.
They'd
Oh,
be
absolutely.
smoking, drinking.
And without seatbelts.
Well, they had them, but they were those little lap belts.
They didn't use them.
No, well,
None of us did.
That steel dash would stop you. You're good.
Big deal.
The seatbelt, I could never figure out how to tighten it, so it was loose as anything.
Yeah.
It's like being on, not the corkscrew, it's like being on
the blue streak.
like a blue streak in Cedar, but you're all flapping.
Well, now you get on the blue streak and you're wedged in.
Yeah.
right.
Believe me when I say this.
Right. So what happened
I'm
was
like, wait, weren't these seats bigger?
Wait a minute.
that my mom or my older sister's friend Toby took me with my mom to the hospital. And he was out of it too, but he was
the least out of it.
at least out of it, and he had a stick. So back then a lot of the vehicles were stick.
Yeah.
Right?
They were cheaper.
I learned on a stick. Did you learn on a stick too?
I did. I learned how to drive on a stick.
Right. Did you?
Yes, I learned on a stick.
I think yours was a stick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Dodge, or not Dodge, the
Datsun was not,
Datsun.
but my dad's truck that I learned on was.
No.
Oh, I could have sworn that Datsun.
No, Datsun was an automatic.
Well, okay, that had to be a new version because a lot of the. Anyways, so he took me, but he was
It was
driving.
new 10 years before he got it.
So he's driving half out of it, and I remember doing this, rocking the whole time because he was trying to drive.
Oh yeah, he's swerving.
No,
Yeah,
he's half hammered. Back
Sure.
then.
Hell yeah.
But he got me to the hospital. They ended up stitching me. Gave me the speech. You're lucky you didn't go into a coma.
Right.
Blah blah blah. So I was, and they shaved me bald.
You look like you had a cul-de-sac like you do now. Oh my God, it was foreshadowing.
yes.
Yes, I may have burned it out.
Wow.
But what I was getting at is that now
That's how it
the
happened.
scar, when I take off the hair, when I shave it, next time I shave it,
It's like worse now.
you can almost see where the skin comes up. There's the scar, and then it's like
Well, your skin loses its
elasticity.
Yes, thank you.
Easy for you to say.
And it kind of just turns into like a deflated balloon.
Other than, did you ever crack your head open when you were
Yeah,
younger?
Absolutely.
Did you?
God, I was the poster
Well,
child
you did
for
skateboarding, so
Yes, I did.
It didn't.
And I lived on the outskirts of town, so
Yeah.
we played in
Yeah.
the abandoned pipe factory. We played in the quarries.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
didn't give a
climbed
shit.
trees, climbed fences. We jumped off roofs
yeah.
Right? Did
in
you?
like a foot of snow. We're like, the snow will stop us. Oh.
Yeah.
When you skateboarded, when you were skateboarding, did you have remember the early skateboards had like wooden decks? An actual wood deck?
I had the my first skateboard was actually a Jaws skateboard, and it was blue
Nice.
with like a fishtail, and it had these solid wheels.
Yeah.
But then I had a wood one after that. It was made by Schwinn. And
You're kidding.
And
Schwinn
after
skateboard.
that, it was a couple years, and then I got into like my first real deck. After that was like a Vision Shredder. And then I got into the Jim Gray Blockhead. I skated Alva for a while. Even like some of the Powell and Peraltas, I had some of their decks.
Because it would be my youngest brother. Matt.
Right.
He did a little skateboarding, but not like just enough to get the girls. And
Yeah, that didn't work for me because I obviously didn't pick up on the signals. Watch him do another trick.
Yeah. That was lost on him.
Yeah.
Not only that is he had a skate. I want to say his had a wooden deck. But
the
it
wooden
looked,
decks.
It looked like a missile. Like it.
Was it like about this long?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like your typical like mid '80s deck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right for him. Well,
Yeah, those are street decks.
There
Those
were
are
3 years
awesome.
younger. They're three. He's at least 3 years younger than me. So that
That's about right.
dude. And those they didn't have the wheel technology back then.
Yeah, they did. He just didn't have it.
Yeah, they did.
I used to skate slime ball wheels on gull wing trucks, and everybody wanted Independence, but for some reason I like gull wings better.
Either that or we didn't understand changing the wheels. And
Yeah, you might not have, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna
Right.
put these wheels, these bearings, get the Swiss bearings. I don't know. What about the German? I don't know.
Right. And dude, it was the worst because we do it on the street.
Yeah, street
and,
skates.
And they didn't have, even with roller skating, we had the roller skates that had like a steel
Oh,
that would. You
The
remember
ones that you would adjust and put on your real shoes.
Yes.
Are those the ones you're
Do you
talking
remember those?
about? Yeah.
Did you ever use them?
No.
that was like when I was in kindergarten.
My grandpa did.
I had the steel
We ain't
wheels.
that fucking old, dude.
I had the steel wheels with the skates that clamped on your shoes.
We did,
And about a
see?
block away from your house, they would loosen up and fall off.
Yeah, I don't.
But the
ever
other one
remember.
stayed on, so you went to stop yourself and you do the splits, crack your other knee open.
Yeah.
This thing is hanging on your ankle, digging into your Achilles tendon. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. We had those.
I don't ever remember having the roller skates.
Yeah.
Just
I was in like kindergarten though when I had those.
Yeah, we had the roller skate.
I didn't roller skate until we were teenagers.
Did you
and went
ice
to
And then we went to
World.
Skate World.
Yeah.
Did you ever ice skate?
Did I what?
Ice skate.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
We had ice skates. Yeah.
I didn't have, we lived on Gargus, so behind us was a park,
Yeah.
and it always flooded every year. And so what happened was, this is again, there'd be even early. Now we
Sure.
moved here in '78, so it had to be in those years. And it would always flood over there. So my dad got us these ice skates, but they were like girls' ice skates.
Oh, they were like pink, strawberry shortcake or something like that.
You could scratch them and they smell like a strawberry and Fritos.
And I'll never forget my
strawberry and Fritos.
my older sister Carolyn had these skates, but it had a double blade. You know what I mean?
That's what I
remember
had.
those.
Yeah, I had those when I
did?
started.
Those
yeah.
are like beginner skates.
I remember because we had where our garden was. We had a creek, and then there was like a pond back there would freeze, and we would go back there and ice skate and practice and beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
pretend to play hockey like we played hockey and
So
grab sticks and get a piece of fucking whatever we could find, and a can or Pepsi can or a pop can or whatever,
knock it around or whatever,
crush it and smack it around.
as a puck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to play on the private park that none of us belonged to, but we'd sneak in and we'd, skate around that.
You actually played on like real. It was it wasn't a pond like he's saying.
It was
pond.
big.
Yeah.
It was the park was called Outdoor Life, and it would freeze over, and we'd go back there and
Jesus,
skate on
maybe
that.
we are old.
We are.
Well, no, that I'll never forget. I was terrible because I could never roller. I could go straight. I couldn't turn. I didn't know
That's
how to.
kind of important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the guy that went 50 miles an hour into the wall. Then you turned and went into the wall.
Yeah.
Then you turned and went into the wall. Then you were like, fuck it, and went and got on the carpet.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
Pulled himself around the fence.
Yep, by the rail. Even though you're trying not to look uncool, you look very uncool.
Yes,
And you're trying not to look like you're terrified.
Yeah.
yes.
I could actually skate, so I was always
terrified.
I
He
had
got
no
to the
problem.
point where he could do it with one hand.
Just strolling along.
Yeah.
No, dude.
I'm
Well,
going to the
me.
DJ booth to make a request.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Yep.
She had the skates.
What's that? You want a candy bar? All right.
I'll see you in a half hour.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
I had the only skates with training wheels on the skates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And then they do the couple skates,
yeah.
and you're like, well, I guess I'll go get a hot pretzel.
Yeah. Ed's roller skates were like 1.5 feet wide.
They had Nerf wheels.
I had cones on
Yeah,
mine.
thinking about that, he should have probably made all of them like that back then.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
Yeah.
Dude, and so my sister had these skates. So she said, "You want to try these skates?"
Yeah.
I'm an idiot,
Yeah,
So
why not? Fuck it.
even if it didn't fit right, and
We weren't scared of getting hurt back in, when we were kids.
No, we weren't.
Now I'm just, if I fall, I'm going to fucking cry.
Right? Yeah,
I'm serious.
Dude, and this is the thing, and back then that I was desperately trying. My older brother, I had an older brother for the audience out there, Ivan.
you had like 11 of them.
Four
so.
brothers and 5 sisters, but my older brother Mike, that he had
you
this
Amish?
he had this friend that lived right down the street that for some reason, I know it's gonna sound stupid,
No, not from you.
but his name was, I'll never forget his name because of what he looked like. His name was Neil O'Connor. All right, Irish, it's an O'Connor, but he looked like John Denver.
Okay.
All right, you're right. Back then in the late 70s.
That was a good look back in the 70s. Everybody
he-
wanted it. The round glasses, the whole haircut.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
for some reason, we thought he was cool. We don't know why.
Well, John Denver was cool. I mean,
I don't know.
Oh, hello, Rocky Mountain High. Take me home, country road.
that's right.
I'm going to build myself an airplane and let's see what happens.
So we thought, and he's my older brother's friend, wanted to be cool, you
Yeah.
know. And Neil was out there skating. I think he liked my one sisters. That's why he
Fair
hung
enough.
out.
Yeah.
And we were out there. And my sister goes, "Would you like to try these skates?" Because I didn't, we didn't have our own skates. Like
So they were like 3 sizes too big.
we always share. Right.
You had the hand-me-downs.
The hand-me-down skates.
Yeah.
So I put
But
on.
you always got your, older sister stuff. So
And, do you want to try on this bra?
yeah, he
Yes,
got
I
the old,
do.
he got the old girl's bike, But that's a girl's bike. Well, you're gonna ride it, or you don't do nothing. Yeah.
I'll tell a story about Tony. Tony
But-
got the girls' bike. But
Yeah. You shut up and you wear those strawberry shortcake skates, and you like it.
You be very delicious.
That's right. God damn it. Ungrateful fucker.
Here, Ed's brother, put on these Grimace skates. They're purple and you're going to like them.
So I took my sister.
They came with the Happy Meal.
Not the best quality, but you know.
Yeah, whatever.
Skates. So I put on these goddamn skates that were a little too big for me.
So you didn't stuff like a sock in the toe?
We were out in the middle of the winter weather trying to skate. I know. So I put on the skates. They were a little floppy.
So you were walking around on your ankles.
So I was doing it. And again, we didn't go to like a regulation rink. We had that park behind the house. And it was a park. And it flooded.
Yeah.
So there was like a long...
Yeah, that little shitty park.
Yeah, dude, that's where...
I wonder if it's still there.
Do you remember? I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
And there was not a creek, but like a knoll or whatever it went, and that always flooded. So that's where we'd skate. Well, I was wearing my sister's skates.
Did you hit a stick that was froze through the ice?
God damn it. Neil Connor was right there, the guy I'm trying to act cool in front of. And I'm
Here I am in my strawberry shortcake skates, skating along on the sides of my ankles because they're too big.
You can only be so cool.
I smell like strawberries and Fritos.
I do smell delicious.
I'm super cool.
Yeah.
Here I come, zipping by at 1 mile an hour.
All the stoners are following. I smell strawberries and Doritos. Or Fritos.
My arms are out by my side like I'm doing a balancing wire.
Yeah.
So I got it and I'm skating. And again, it's not like it's shaved smooth. Dude, it was lumpy.
Didn't have a Zamboni there.
There were sticks coming through.
Yeah.
And
the branches sticking out.
Oh, yeah. We've all hit one of those.
Rocks coming up.
Yeah. God damn. I hit this something bump, went over, hit. And again, it was a knoll. So I hit this spot and cracked through the ice and water comes up. You know, because we're on the park. That's we're skating.
So you ruined the day for everybody.
And I look over and Neil, I'll never forget, look over, he's like,
That kid is so uncool, but those skates are sweet.
The skates are pretty fucking cool.
I was just like, God damn, I'm trying to be cool for Neil Connor.
He's holding his leg up. You smell my skates, dude.
You get up and you like try to do that laugh, like it's cool. I'm cool. Hey, that was pretty cool.
Oh, God.
He's concussed. He's like, it's cool, right?
Listen, I'll tell a real quick story. I know years ago I told this story, but also I'll just do it real quick for the audience out there, new listeners out there. I have a brother that he's the same age as me. Anyways, and
long story, but he's got a brother same age.
Long story,
just go with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we were poor, and my dad, me and Eric had a paper out, and we got our own bikes. But my other brothers didn't, so they were just hoodlums, and they scavenged
parts and made a bike. They were Frankenbikes.
Did you ever have a Frankenbike?
I had a Frankenbike.
Did you?
Hell
Wait a
yeah.
minute, didn't you have not a big? I think I remember you having a Frankenbike.
I had a Frankenbike. I rode it to Nord all the time.
I think I remember. God, it's weird. I think I remember that.
It was gold with a black seat.
I don't remember that. It
was a piece of shit. But I thought it was the coolest thing because I put it together.
It was different. I don't know why. For some reason,
I had the same wheels.
Was it same as someone else had it?
I had the same wheels. Yeah.
Anyway, so Tony had this Frankenbike, and it was a Schwinn that it was red, and it was a Schwinn, but it was one of those bad bikes that if you did back on the
it was the brakes. If you did backwards on the pedals,
didn't have the handbrakes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It was you go back and it brake.
Sure.
Now, if your shoestring got caught in those pedals, there was no backpedaling. You just looked for a safe place to coast and fall down.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't do anything else. And 9 times out of 10, you would fall to the side that you couldn't put your foot down. Even if you were leaning at a 45-degree angle to the side that had the free foot, when you got slow enough, you would flop the other way. It just was God's will. It was God's will.
I'll never forget this part, though. Again, the cool kid, Neil Connor, built ramps back then.
Hell yeah.
Which weren't really ramps. They were more like if you just had a 2x4, we were idiots. And you just put a block, like a cinder block in a thing, and you're like, that's safe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. We didn't understand engineering. We were
stupid.
We didn't have physics back then.
No.
Well, I'll never forget that there. I know I've told you the story about the 2 twins that you said you kind of remember. They had the Evel Knievel bike. There were 2 twins. They were Mark and something. They're redhead twins. You know who I'm talking about?
I can't remember their name, but I know who you're talking about.
Right, don't remember. But they had an Evil Knievel bike. Because their dad was rich, and we were so mad. They had cable and everything back then. But anyways, Neil O'Connor, same kid, that goddamn Neil O'Connor.
Wow.
He'll be my Bob Sacramento.
I was going to say, he was your nemesis, wasn't he?
No, he'll be the Bob Sacramento from Seinfeld. Neil O'Connor will be my Bob Sacramento.
He'll be your Newman.
He'll be my Newman. But he would build these ramps, and he was like, "Oh, you guys got to do it." You know, his friends, and they would jump with my brother. My brother, you know, he would do it, and then Tony goes, "I can do it." Now he had the Franken. He had the bike.
Dude, he had the eye of the tiger too. He was ready.
Right.
He's like, I got this.
You remember Tony? Yeah, you remember Tony, right?
Yeah.
And he started cruising along it, but it didn't have gears. It was just
it was one speed, one brake. Pedal forward, you go fast. Put pedal backwards, you stop.
And you did a skid. You could totally skid sideways.
That's right. It was fucking. Hey, I mastered that.
I'll never forget. But
I don't like the fucking handbrakes, man. Fuck that shit. No.
You're kidding.
No. I like the fucking
pedal backwards and you're stopping.
Yeah. I like the whole. That's more control. Way more.
Yeah, but the worst part was it kept going. The things kept going.
No, it didn't.
Didn't it? It didn't.
No.
I don't remember.
Only on the shit ass bikes.
Yeah.
Where the clutch was gone.
Yeah. When we were kids, the bikes we had, you know, pedal forward, push back, pull back, and it brakes. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I remember the first time I got one with handbrakes, I didn't like it. I was like, no, I don't like this at all. No.
Did it throw you off because you would try and grip and then you'd actually stop and like?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh, well.
Nope, I don't like it.
Tony went cruising along. Did not have the physics involved to realize you need a speed factor to.
Yeah, you have to be going a certain speed. You're just gonna like go over the handlebars.
That's what he did. He went right over.
That never ends
over
well.
The handlebars.
Never ends well.
Never. And again, guess who he did it in front of? Neil O'Connor.
Were they like,
damn it?
Those urban boys are losers. They're the most uncoolest dudes ever.
He's like, oh my God, they're all stupid. No. I'm just kidding.
We were. God damn it. He's my Bob Sacramento.
We didn't care. We had no fear.
No, we didn't care.
You know?
No fear. I like that. That's a good motto. Didn't care, I got no fear.
We didn't.
No, we didn't. Seriously, because
life was different back then.
You know what?
Yep.
I just watched an Evil Knievel documentary.
Oh my God.
They did not have any mathematics involved. They're like, let's build this ramp.
Yeah.
Let's see how fast I gotta go.
Yeah, let's see.
That dude was a maniac.
15 buses, go about 70. 80.
And he was doing it on a bike with no suspension.
A Harley.
Yeah.
Was it a Harley?
Yes, it was a Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Because what was it? Was it Wide World of Sports that always played
dun, 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 the agony of defeat, and the guy going down the ski jump hill.
Oh my God.
And it always played the Evil Knievel. Was that he was in a stadium and he jumped over buses? I think on that when he came down. Everybody.
Yeah, he was just like a rag doll. He was like,
yeah. Can you imagine? God,
yeah, that guy. There was no mathematics involved. He got on a bike, he set up a ramp, and he would fucking jump shit
on a Harley.
Which is, and then he did the skyrocket thing, the sky cycle.
Yeah, they didn't think that one through.
No, that didn't work out real well.
That did not work out at all.
No, but he had a parachute. He landed.
Do you notice that it's 2023, like 50 years later, and nobody's ever tried that again?
His kid did it on a dirt bike.
How'd that work out for him?
He made it.
No.
Yeah, he did it on like a KTM or something.
Was it the Rio Grande or something?
No, it was the Snake River Canyon. I don't know what part. I don't know if it was the same part, but he jumped the Snake River Canyon on a dirt bike. Look it up.
I don't believe it.
And
it was Robbie Knievel. Dude, by the way, R.I.P. Robbie.
And do you remember the?
Yeah, he's gone too.
The little things that you, or the zip ones. Or
I remember the crank one with Evil Knievel. I had that. We used to fucking jump that thing over everything. Lay down. We're gonna jump you. I don't want. I said lay fucking down.
I have a buddy.
Jump you.
I have a buddy who just recently found two of those
originals
in boxes
because they just started making them again.
No. These are
he's got the originals.
SIB still in box.
MIB mint in box. Still like a plastic. It had the price tag from Hills.
Get out of here,
dude!
In his parents'
was
basement.
it the zip one? So you got a little zip or the?
No, it was the crank one. The zip ones were called SSPs, I think.
Yeah, they were like the dragsters.
And the T-sticks were a weapon. They hurt when you got hit with them.
Oh, yeah, we used to fight with those all the time.
Dude, anything was a weapon. Hot Wheel track.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
If I got my ass beat with Hot Wheel tracks all the time.
Oh, and
We'll
they
leave those welds.
Yeah.
The weld.
The square weld with the little lines in them. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. In the summertime, when you were outside, it was a stick. In the wintertime, it was a Hot Wheels track. It got to the point where you want for your birthday Hot Wheels tracks. I'm like, no, yeah. I'm out. I'm over it. No,
yeah, none for me, thanks.
Yeah, no, that lasted about a year. I wised up. I wasn't that stupid,
right?
Right?
Yeah. Then he was like, I want Lincoln Logs.
Yeah. Legos.
Yeah.
You step on them.
I know we're over here. We're going to be leaving you with Sam Day, Be the One. Audience member, thank you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can listen Late Night with Ed Money on the website, which is edmoneylive.com. Oh, again, Google Late Night with Ed Money in any place you get your media. You're always listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chuck.
We'll see ya.
Chuck Dick.
Hey,
there it is, and I'm glad that he's here. The amazing Byron sitting next to me.
Wrong.
Wait, you got to play that part. That one last time.
This one?
yeah. Guess who's not here to hear it?
Oh, God. From my sister's wedding.
You should put. You know what song you should play?
What's that?
This one. There you go.
Here comes the bride. It used to be in all white. Now the back is all brown because she ate the old mayonnaise.
I should just put this on a loop. Right? I should.
Oh, God. Audience members, thank you for all the things you do. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe, like I said. And tell 2 friends. Don't be materialistic because it'll get you nowhere. And always remember that you are somebody. And after that, we are out of here.
And if you want anything advertised on our show, get a hold of us and we'll do it.
Yes.
Thank you and goodbye.
Yes.
Bye.
You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money, brought to you by 3 Bowls of Crunch Production. Late Night with Ed Money is a copyrighted show, and any unauthorized reproduction for sale is strictly prohibited without written and or verbal consent from Ed Money. Otherwise, we'll find out where you live and beat the shit out of you. Thank you for listening.